Shraddha's face after being assaulted by Aaftab. Shraddha's message to her boss after the assault. Shraddha's friend says Aaftab singed her with cigarette butts. Shraddha was hospitalized in Vasai for 3 days in November. Shraddha was traumatized by the drug-fueled assault by Aaftab. Shraddha had made up her mind to leave Aaftab's safe friends. Police probe if that was the reason for the murder.
The picture of the assault is haunting. Shraddha's WhatsApp chats with her friends and her boss at work sends a chill down your spine. After one assault, she said she felt broken. She could not even step out of her bed. But why did she remain in this toxic relationship? Her friends suspect Aaftab may have been blackmailing her. He was apparently living off her money. At least that is what her friends believe. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We get you details, but first as always, the headlines. More proof of abuse surfaces in the Delhi butchery case. WhatsApp chats revealed Shraddha confided in colleagues and friends that she was assaulted and battered by Aaftab. Sufyan, suspected of alleged love jihad in Uttar Pradesh, who pushed a woman off the terrace in Lucknow, nabbed after an encounter with the Uttar Pradesh police. He was shot in the leg, stands accused of love jihad. Trouble mounts for Rahul Gandhi over his comments on Veer Savarkar. Shinde Sena leader files a police complaint. Protest against the Congress party leader in different parts of Maharashtra. Historic moment for India. The country's first privately developed rocket, Vikram S, launched from Sriharikota successfully. Is Twitter on the brink of collapse? Several employees and top engineers walk out of the door after Elon Musk's ultimatum. But the chief twit, not concerned, says best people are still here. Qatar makes a U-turn on its alcohol rules 2 days before FIFA World Cup begins. No alcohol to be served in stadium. Fans asked to dress modestly at the stadium according to new rules. The stage is now set for Aaftab Ameen Poonawala's narco-analysis test. Delhi police is preparing a list of questions to be put to Aaftab. These questions, sources tell India Today, are about the relationship, the cause for frequent fights, the assault, murder and subsequent destruction of evidence. A list of about 45 to 50 questions are likely to be put to Aaftab Ameen Poonawala. Narco-analysis test is expected to be conducted in the next few days. The narco test is to be conducted at the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Hospital in the national capital. Police sources are telling India Today that there will be a panel of doctors monitoring the health of the accused before, during and after the narco test. There is also an intensive care unit ready to deal with any emergency should the need arise. I now want to quickly cut across to India Today's Shreya Chatterjee and Akshay Dongre joining me for more on this story. Shreya, what's the latest with the investigations, especially about questions regarding the narco-analysis test?
Well, first and foremost, Gaurav, the requirement for this narco aroused because this man was absolutely evasive and also changing his statements time to time to the Delhi police. Now, Delhi police has come out with a list of questions that they will be putting forward to Aaftab, which will particularly revolve around the timeline between the month of April to May. The reason so, because that is the time when these two decided to come out of Bombay. They went to Himachal and then they subsequently came here in Chhatarpur and they stayed over there before Shraddha was obviously murdered. So the questions will revolve around that, and also their visit to Chhatarpur and Himachal. This will also subsequently go into the questioning that would revolve around their history, because there is evidence coming that there was a history of abuse when it came to Shraddha being beaten up by Aaftab. So there will be very pointed questions, because as we all know that the answers in a narco test is mostly a one or a two-word answer, and the Delhi police would want to gain the maximum from it, and that's the reason the timeline that they're strictly trying to put these questions into would be between the month of April to May, when the couple shifted to first for the tour in Himachal and then to Mehrauli when the murder exactly happened.
Shreya, stay with me for a moment. Akshay, we are being told that additional teams have now been roped in. Shreya spoke of this link to Himachal Pradesh. We are told that there is a team that is also being dispatched to Uttarakhand. Explain this Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh link. What are these loose ends that the police wants to tie up before the narco test and the next hearing?
Well, Gaurav, first of all, let's talk about the confession that was made by Aaftab Poonawala, and that is all the evidence that police have as far as a clear evidence that Shraddha was murdered and she was dismembered and her body was thrown into the Chhatarpur forest. As of now, no real solid evidence has come out about this particular incident. That how did he do that? The murder weapon is still not been found. The phone of Shraddha Walkar is still missing, as well as the skull of her body is still missing. So all of these links, while missing, the police is in fact trying to link this case and trying to reach out to each and every place that this couple visited before finally settling in Chhatarpur area of the national capital. So both Aaftab as well as Shraddha, they travelled to Parvati Valley of Himachal Pradesh, and they also went to Uttarakhand. As far as the social media account of Shraddha is concerned, the last reel that she posted was posted somewhere around 15 days before she was murdered, and that reel is from the state of Uttarakhand, somewhere near Dehradun, and that exactly is the reason that police wants to go and reach out to each and every person that they got in touch with, because those people will give some sort of idea that what exactly was happening between the couple, and therefore the police wants to in fact go and reach out to each and every person who got in touch with this couple, so that they can make a watertight case against Aaftab as far as this heinous murder is concerned.
Shreya and Akshay, stay with me. Bruised, battered and butchered. This is the horrific story of 27-year-old Shraddha Walkar, in love with Aaftab Ameen Poonawala, accused of having murdered her. Shraddha suffered unimaginable physical, mental and emotional abuse. Images from 2020 show Shraddha's face full of bruises and injury marks. In a WhatsApp chat with a former boss, she said her body was in pain from all the beating she'd suffered the previous day.
Injury marks on her cheeks, a cut on her nose, bruises on her neck and swollen eyes. This image of Shraddha from 2020 has left everybody shocked. The alleged assault by Aaftab Ameen Poonawala was so brutal that Shraddha had to be hospitalized for 3 days. India Today has now accessed a medical report of Shraddha dating back to 2020. This report from a Vasai hospital reveals that Shraddha complained of backache and was hospitalized because of a suspected spine injury. The police suspect the document indicates Shraddha was physically assaulted by Aaftab. And in a stunning WhatsApp chat that India Today has exclusively accessed, it makes the doctor's point clearer. Shraddha had texted her manager in 2020 telling him that she will not be able to make it to work because of all the alleged beating by Aaftab. She told the manager that her blood pressure was low and that her body was hurting after being beaten up. The text makes it all too clear that Aaftab had assaulted her even earlier.
पेशेंट हमारे पास गर्दन का दर्द और बैक पेन करके आई थी कि जिसकी वजह से उसको गर्दन की मूवमेंट करने में और उठने बैठने में चलने में थोड़ी मुश्किल हो रही थी, पेन हो रहा था. तो फिर हमने उसको ऑर्थोपेडिशियन डॉक्टर योगेश पाटिल सर से कंसल्ट करके उसका ट्रीटमेंट चालू किया.
Below her cheekbone, all right, on her cheekbone, the entire blood clot was there of a blow given right on her face, all right. On her neck, there was strangling marks because she was very fair, so you can easily make out all the blood clots were there. And on her waist, lower waist, she had blood clots, and that was clearly signs of physical abuse. And that is the same situation when we had taken her to the police station.
A doctor Shraddha consulted in 2021 revealed that Shraddha suffered from depression. The doctor said Shraddha had told him about Aaftab's anger issues. He described psychological tests both for Aaftab and for Shraddha, but she was hesitant to visit a hospital. He prescribed psychological tests both for Aaftab and Shraddha, but she was hesitant to visit the hospital.
I had received a call from her stating कि उनको कुछ सेडेटिव पिल्स की जरूरत हो रही है, थोड़ा सा साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्टर्बेंस चल रहा है फैमिली के अंदर. उनके जो मिस्टर आफ्ताब करके नाम बताया था तो उनका नेचर ही काफी अलग था. आई ऑल्सो थिंक कि कुछ वो he must be consuming some drugs as per talks. वो जो मुझे समझ में आया कि वो काफी गुस्से में रहते हैं और काफी टाइम तक उनको जो है गुस्सा रहता है.
Aaftab used to beat Shraddha, and those things were also revealed from the very start of the revelations made about the relationship itself. When Aaftab had literally burned her through cigarette butts.
Police sources have now revealed more grisly details from that night of horror. Aaftab was reportedly a drug addict. Shraddha and Aaftab had repeated arguments over his alleged marijuana addiction, and this left him very angry. A fight between the two on May 18 ended in Aaftab allegedly strangling Shraddha and later chopping her body into 35 pieces. The police are still searching for Shraddha's body parts, including her skull, in the Mehrauli forest.
Police are here. They have in fact cordoned off a certain area where the searches are taking place to ensure that any body part that is left here in this particular forest, that can be found as soon as possible. The most important piece of evidence, that is the skull of Shraddha Walkar, that is yet to be found, and that exactly is the reason that the police searches are intensifying by the day.
With Akshay Dongre in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
I also want to bring into this conversation Akshay Dongre once again. Akshay, he deleted data from mobile phones. Now, Shraddha's mobile phone hasn't been recovered, but there was some information that he sold off one of his mobile phones, even with the other one, the one that had a different SIM card. He's been trying to delete the digital footprint. What more do we know?
Well, not even just delete the digital footprint. We have seen that, according to the police, Aaftab had confessed that he transferred about 55,000 rupees, somewhere around 54,000 rupees from Shraddha's account after murdering her. Now, that is as cold as it can get, he also used the Instagram account of Shraddha Walkar to talk to her friends and he was trying to impersonate her on from her own ID so that her friends would think that she is still alive. Now this is what he was doing. This is not just a murder that he did in rage. He was all prepared as far as deleting all the digital footprint is concerned. What we are learning right now is also that he on the internet he saw all the ways to in fact get rid of the evidence, clean blood, dismember a body, and all of this he was doing leaving no digital footprint. Clearly he was using some technology, some kind of a VPN, some proxy network by which he was getting away with all of these searchings. So extremely pro as far as working in this manner is concerned. And the confessions, the beatings, all of the information that we are getting right now, it only hints to one direction, that the incident that he confessed that he wanted to kill Shraddha Walkar 10 days back as well, and he did not because she started crying. It seems to be a farce. Probably he stopped because he wanted to kill her later, and he was probably planning to how to get rid of the evidences, and that exactly is the reason he waited for about 10 days, prepared an entire plan, strategy to get rid of the evidences, and then decided to move ahead with the crime. So all of this extremely chilling.
Yes.
And this is not what we are assuming. This is what the entire history has been like. He has been beating Shraddha for the past
Yes.
3 years, and that exactly is the reason that all the fingers now pointing to just one narcissistic person that in fact turned into a murderer, and in fact even after the murder,
Track that
he
story,
committed such a heinous
Akshay. I
crime.
will come back to you for more. A very disturbing aspect that the accused, Aaftab Ameen Poonawala, actually planned this murder. It wasn't a crime of passion. It wasn't a heat of the moment crime. He planned it to the last detail. The spine-chilling assault and mind-numbing details. Shraddha often shared images of that horror and her plight with her friends. She had been living with this brutality for some years. She also sent out a virtual SOS to friends, but sadly it wasn't taken with the seriousness with which it should have been taken. People close to her now give details and in fact also say they should not have ignored those red flags.
Shraddha Walkar feared for her life. She confided in friends, saying she was in an abusive relationship. Her relationship with Aaftab changed completely once she left home. Aaftab was not only suspicious but also very aggressive.
एक बार ऐसा भी झगड़ा हुआ था जब उसने मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे ऐसा मैसेज करके बोला कि प्लीज यहाँ मेरे घर पे आ जा, मुझे बाहर लेके जा, अगर आज रात को मैं इसके साथ घर पे रही तो ये मुझे मार डालेगा. ऐसा भी झगड़ा हुआ है उनके बीच में.
Her friends recall after being assaulted, Shraddha called up a friend asking him to rescue her. She said she wanted to leave immediately or Aaftab would kill her. In fact, her friends not only rescued her but also want Aaftab not to hit her.
The surprising thing is, in spite this toxic relationship, in spite Shraddha herself wanting to get out of this, she was unable to. I think there was something very big brewing inside that we are not informed about.
According to her friends, Aaftab apologized for having assaulted Shraddha and she forgave him. However, source of tension between the two remained. Police officials privy to investigations say Aaftab continued to keep in touch with other women on a dating app on his mobile phone, and this angered Shraddha. But was that the trigger for the latest fight? And her murder remains the subject of investigation. With Arvind Ojha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now the murder accused, Aaftab Ameen Poonawala, according to police, he repeatedly has changed his statement. In order to remove all evidence, Aaftab also deleted all the data from Shraddha's mobile phone. he tried to destroy digital proof. Now the police haven't recovered Shraddha's mobile phone just as yet, but this is what the accused has told them. He also deleted all the information from his mobile phone. He sold off one mobile phone. Police continue to search for Shraddha's mobile phone and the knife that was used to dismember her body.
A cold-blooded killer and his endless web of lies. Prime suspect Aaftab Ameen Poonawala has now spent days misleading the police, according to the investigators. A forensic team took Aaftab to his flat where he allegedly chopped his girlfriend into 35 pieces. And in a stunning revelation, the head of the forensic team revealed they found traces of Shraddha's bones inside the drain.
बाथरूम में काटा। अच्छा, काटता था तो पानी चला लेता था। बाथरूम में तो मिलने के वैसे भी कम चांस होते हैं क्योंकि पानी चलता रहता है, सॉप भी पड़ा होता है, डिटर्जेंट भी पड़े होते हैं और उसके बाद भी वो इतना साथ रहे सब सारी फ्रिज को और उसको सबको केमिकल से साफ कर रहा, तो बाथरूम में नेचुरली साफ करा हो।
Aaftab allegedly attempted to cover up murder by removing all material evidence. He even deleted all the data from her phone to destroy any digital proof. But he could not trick the police. They traced how he operated Shraddha's phone from Delhi and impersonated her on social media after allegedly killing her. While the fridge where he kept her body parts in 17 to 18 polythene bags was completely cleaned, the police did find blood stains in the kitchen near the cylinder.
कहाँ ब्लड मिला था ये जानना नहीं, बस एक जगह ही मिला, किचन में नीचे।
Aaftab allegedly told police that Shraddha had left Delhi on May 22nd and they never contacted each other after that. But the police found out a transaction of 54,000 rupees between the duo on May 26 after her death. According to police, Aaftab is getting further entangled in his own pack of lies, with each of his claims being busted one by one. With Arvind Ojha, Shreya Chatterjee, Akshay Dongre and Rahul Gautam in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.